All sound too disappeared. Alone in the universe, I waited for the elevator doors to open for the last time. What could have been seconds or centuries later? I felt the gentle vibration of the elevator come to an end. I slowly opened my eyes. This is the final trial site? What do you think? Isn't it just a perfect background for deciding a person's fate?
Yoo-hoo!
It's the long-awaited last stage, the always exciting final boss battle. And I'm gonna sit in this one. I'll just sit right here in the vacant 16th seat.
Thrills, chills, kills!
Well then, let's begin! Okay guys, here we go. Alright, let's go, I'm ready. We can do it.
Since this will be the final class trial, I've come up with a special rule. So listen up! If you can figure out Mukuro's killer and go on to solve the mystery of this school, you guys win!
Okay.
But if you can't, then I win! And of course, waiting for the loser is the super exciting, super heart-pounding punishment!
Are you saying that if you lose, you'll execute yourself?
Yep, sure will.
And that's final? No loopholes? No wiggling out of it later?
Of course not. Bears never go back on their word.
They all die. We'll see.
Never mind all that. I just have one question for you.
Oh, hero, what is it?
Oh, you're taking this serious, huh? Are you feeling okay?
Just a mastermind? Only one person?
Hmm?
Don't bother. I already know the answer. You're all the mastermind, aren't you? You're all out to get me! I'm right, aren't I? I knew it!
Oh my god.
You guys have all been working together, haven't you? I have evidence, so I know I'm right!
Hey, you stole my line. You're all out to get me. I'm sure of it. I have evidence of my own.
What a coincidence. I too have evidence to present. Evidence that proves everyone other than me has been working together.
What? Wait, hold on. This doesn't make any sense. How can the three of us each have that kind of evidence?
All three of them think everyone around them is their enemy. There's no doubt this is a trap Monokuma set. He set it up so we could suspect each other. And I have something that proves it.
You guys have all been. I have evidence.
Hey, you're all
It's
out
a
to
stupid
get me. I
photo.
have evidence.
What a coincidence. Evidence that proves every.
What? This doesn't make any sense.
How can the three of us each have that kind of
Evidence?
Oh my god.
No, that's wrong.
It's not just you three. I have evidence too.
What? You too?
The evidence you're all referring to is this group photo, right?
Well, yeah. Huh? Wait, but mine's different. With the picture you have, I'm in it. But that can't be right. Because in my picture... See? I'm the only one not in it.
You should become a detective, Envy. I figured as much, in which
Hero,
case...
you have a picture too, right? Let's see it.
Okay, but be careful with it. It's pretty important evidence.
Okay.
So the secret in these pictures has been revealed.
Secret or whatever, I don't care. You guys are all in on this together. That's why I'm the only one missing.
Hey, Johnny Cakes. Thanks for popping in. I really appreciate it. Oh, I'm sorry you're pissed off. I hope things get sorted with whatever it is. And get a good night's sleep.
But you're in my picture. You're the ones trying to trick me.
So the whole purpose behind these photos was to get us questioning and fighting with each other. The mastermind laid a trap to make us each think everyone else was working against us.
Oh, you've been working all day then? Ooh, tricky nuggies.
Huh? I laid a trap? A trap? How rude! What grounds do you have for such audacious accusations?
You're so suspicious. The proof I need to reveal Monokuma's trap. Each photo has a certain something in common. There's a connection regarding what person isn't shown in the group photos, and that person is the ones who got the photos.
I got it! In
Ah,
each
right,
case,
okay.
The only one not in the picture is the person who received it. So, in the picture I got, I'm the only one missing. In the picture Hina got, she's the only one missing. And in the picture Hiro got, he's the only one missing.
Nice. Enjoy your nuggies.
As long as we're talking about it, I suppose I should show you my photo as well.
In other words, Monokuma gave each of us a group photo in which that person wasn't included.
And when we each saw our picture, we just assumed everyone else was the enemy?
I guess so.
Figured it out, huh?
Yeah, I thought that must be it. But how was that a hint?
But you know, there might be something more to this than just Monokuma trying to confuse us. There's something else that bothers me about everyone's pictures. What is it? What's digging at me?
Can I see everyone's group photo one more time? It's not directly connected to what we're talking about, but I'd like to double check something.
Sure, no problem.
Yeah, I don't mind.
I'm sure there's something unusual about these group photos. What is it? I need to compare each of them one more time. Hyaku's picture. Hina's picture. Hiro's picture. And mine. There's something strange about all of them. Something I can't quite pin down. Something...
Can you just forget about the photo already? Ugh. Trying to trick me with such an obviously fake photo? I'm still pissed about that.
And on top of that, they went to all that trouble to make it look like we were wearing matching uniforms.
So you think they're fake? No, I assure you, they're quite real.
What are you talking about? There's no way.
Yeah, I don't remember ever taking a picture like that. So it's gotta be a fake. I'm sure of it.
Or you just don't remember it.
You know, can we really be so sure?
Huh?
Don't get me wrong, I don't remember taking this picture either. But is that really enough to be absolutely positive they're fake?
Oh, see, Johnny's a good bean. Sharing his chicken nuggets.
What do you mean?
The reason I don't remember this picture isn't necessarily because it's fake. There might be some other reason. Some terrible reason. An unbelievable but entirely horrifying reason. Amnesia! That would explain a lot, because
Now I
Kyoko said she
understand.
lost her memory, so...
Let's say that somehow we'd all lost our memories. That could explain it, couldn't it?
Oh, I get it. So we all just lost our memories at the same time and forgot about the photo. Makes sense.
He just believes everything anybody tells him and just goes along with it.
As if. You expect
Oh,
me
okay,
to
never
believe
mind.
such an unbelievable occult type story?
Uh-huh.
We all lost our memories? That's just crazy.
It's only natural that they wouldn't believe it, but no matter how much they refuse, if that's the absolute truth, they have no choice. We can't move forward until they accept it, and there's another way to prove it besides those pictures.
You're saying we all got spontaneous amnesia?
Yep, they were all interviewed
Since when
apparently.
did this turn into some kind of sci-fi fantasy?
I promise you, I haven't lost my memory.
You can't promise
Ever
that.
since I got to this school, I remember everything that's happened.
Do you?
So the idea that we all lost our memories.
It's totally stupid. Obviously.
Like your face. There must be more evidence than those pictures that we all lost our memories.
You're saying we all got spontaneous amnesia? Since when did this turn into some kind of...
I promise you, ever since I got to this, I remember everything that's happened.
Oh, bollocks. There we go.
No, that's wrong.
Hi John, welcome. Hope you're doing okay.
Those photos aren't the only
Hope
things
stock
that
take went
point to
okay.
the possibility of memory loss. This DVD does the same thing.
You're not gonna show us something indecent, are you?
Ugh.
No, it's nothing like that. It's a video
This music
of
is
all of
fire.
us being interviewed by the Hopes Peak.
When
Oh, sugar.
you say all of us, you mean
All of you.
I mean all of us, including you.
you lie? I never did any kind of interview.
No, it's not a lie. Just watch the DVD and you'll see for yourself.
How can they watch the DVD though? Unless they can
Headmaster
put it
did,
in the...
fact,
I don't know.
interview you.
They can show it in the trial, I don't know.
What are you saying?
I didn't imagine you would remember.
It's not about whether or not I remember. You expect me to believe all this? That I lost my memory somehow?
Well, we don't have any way to refute it, so we have no choice but to accept it as reality.
How can you say that? We're talking about living, breathing amnesia here.
To be honest, I have something else on my mind right now.
Something else?
You said the DVD contains recordings of us being interviewed by the headmaster, right? What were the interviews about?
The headmaster sat each of us down, one at a time, and asked us the same question. He asked us if we could accept the idea of spending the rest of our lives in this school.
What kind of question is that?
And how did we answer?
We'd say no, obviously.
Actually, we all said we could. Even me, I heard myself say yes. I could spend the rest of my life at this school.
Why? Why would you say yes to something like that?
We don't
I
know.
don't know. I don't remember a thing.
The same goes for everyone else. Nobody remembers. You don't remember choosing to live here forever, or even talking to the headmaster about it at all.
It doesn't matter if I remember or not. Even if I bought the whole amnesia thing, the idea that I would want to live here forever? That's just insane! How can I believe that?
Insane or not, we can't move forward until you accept it.
You sure are, 'cause it's all true.
What?
I know it sounds absurd, but if it's the truth, there's nothing we can do about it.
Indeed, we only have one path in front of us.
Really?
Yep, you all totally totally lost her memory at the same time.
This is all making my head hurt.
And this isn't like some normal kind of memory
I feel that
loss.
pain.
You stole those specific memories from us, didn't you?
Oopsie. You figured that part out too, huh?
Of course. There's no way we would all just happen to get amnesia at the same time.
How could someone just steal our memories?
How? Come. That hardly matters right now. If I said it was hypnotism, will you believe me? Or we opened up your skulls and messed with your brains? Would you really believe anything I said? How it happened doesn't matter right now.
What matters is figuring out what memories you took from us. That's what you're trying to say, right?
I knew I could count on you.
Hypnosis, my guess. Yeah, that's
The
possible.
interview with the headmaster, taking that group photo, those can't be the only memories we lost. There must have been a purpose to it all. A reason for taking away our memories.
Of course there was a purpose. It all has to do with the original motive.
Which is the original
You mean
motive.
the motive you came up with to try and get us to all kill each other?
That has something to do with the memories you stole from us?
It sure does. But that part's still a secret. Anyway, I'm sure it's not easy, but let's all focus on the class trial for the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Okay, so you want us to figure out who killed her before we do anything else.
So until we do that, well, either way we have to explain every last remaining mystery. So, the one who killed Mukuro, the true mastermind, that's what we need to expose.
So who did it? Who killed her?
Whoever did it is the same one who's behind everything. That much I'm sure of.
But when you think about it, is the mastermind really here in the school?
Of course! They have to be here somewhere.
What makes you so sure?
What does make me so sure?
Exactly. You're just making stuff up. There's no way the mastermind is here. The mastermind is probably a million miles away.
I doubt that.
Masterminds always lurk off in the background, right?
Don't know if a million miles away is the right. I'm positive they're somewhere in the school, otherwise there's no way they could have controlled that machine. Well, Monokuma did tell us that the person was in the Monokuma control room.
That much I...
When you... The mastermind...
Of course, they have to be here
What makes you...
Exactly. You're just making stuff up. The mastermind is probably a million miles away.
No, that's wrong.
Yeah, I know. See, Envy, this is the kind of stuff that this bloody game
There's
does.
no question that the mastermind is somewhere within the
They
school.
miraculously forget everything they've just done or said. It's ridiculous.
How do you know? Did you find some evidence or something?
In the back of the data center, I found a panel that controls Monokuma. The mastermind must have been using that to control him all this time. So there can't be any doubt. The mastermind has been inside the school all along.
Yeah.
There can't be any doubt. In which case, there also can be no doubt that the mastermind is one of us.
What? Why?
Recall what Makoto told us Monokuma said to him earlier.
I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students, and the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students.
So if the mastermind is in the school, we
This
have to
Mimulus thing
assume
must
it can
really work
only
to
be
keep forgetting
that
stuff.
16th
Yeah, tell me
student.
about it.
How'd they manage to survive all of this?
So we're the only ones here? It's not me! I'm not the mastermind!
No one thought that for a second.
Well, it's not me.
I blame Makoto.
Wow! Okay, thanks.
Why me?
Cuz it's super weird how you're the only one who survived being executed.
Oh, I get it. The only way he could have survived.
Oh my
is
god,
if
here we
he
go
was
again.
Actually, the mastermind himself, right?
Whoa, you totally figured it out.
Aw, nuts!
Moron.
Got me.
Wait! What are you trying to say?
Everyone, calm down. There's no reason to panic. The mastermind's true identity will become clear soon enough. Just as soon as we find out who killed Mukuro.
That's a good point. Rather than wasting time bickering, we should put our minds to work solving this mystery.
Yeah, well, how much time have we already spent talking about the murder?
He's right. What more is there to talk about?
If you want something to talk about, I think there might be one thing. We haven't fully established what Mukuro's fatal injury was.
Huh? But I thought we figured that out. She died when she got hit in the back of the head.
No, that isn't actually what killed her. It was something entirely different. Wouldn't you agree, Makoto?
Mukuro's actual cause of death must have been... It wasn't a stab wound because that was afterwards, and the blow to her head, these were both afterwards, they said. I'm pretty sure of that. So it must have been the other wounds.
I got it! All of the wounds covering her body. That's what really killed her.
Hey, now hold on a second. You did read the Monokuma file, right?
Did you? The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old.
It made it pretty clear. Those wounds were made at least a few days ago. So they can't possibly be what killed her.
Consider this. What if the murder itself took place at least a few days ago?
What?
What if, when we discovered her body, she'd already been dead for several days? If that's true, then naturally the wounds that killed her would appear to be however many days old.
That doesn't make any sense. Because she had all those wounds before she ever came here.
Huh? How do you know that?
Exactly.
Isn't it obvious? She was the ultimate soldier, right? So that means, you know...
You're wrong.
She denied me before I could even say anything. Come on. I mean, you think I'm not weird, okay? At least listen to what I have to say before you deny me.
If you're so sure we're gonna deny you, why bother saying it in the first place? Damn, that burn.
Mukuro was the ultimate soldier.
Mm-hmm.
She must have been in 100 different battles. So, when you think about it, obviously, she got all those wounds in battle.
Are you finished?
You didn't deny me this time.
God.
You made me go all cutesy.
Ew, okay.
Don't worry. There wasn't anything cute about it.
No, those wounds didn't come to the battlefield. One look at what was written about her and that should become clear. Yeah, in the profile it did say that she was ultimate soldier and she'd never got any wounds in battle, so...
She must have been so... When you think about it, obviously, she got all those wounds in battle.
Oh my god, no!
Are you finished?
Excuse me? Shut the hell up or leave. It's hard, okay?
She must have been so... Obviously, she got all...
No, it's wrong.
Meh.
No.
He be
Mukuro
mean.
didn't suffer
He's
those
laughing
wounds
at
in
me.
battle.
Like he can do any better.
The file we found in the headmaster's room said as much. Despite the time she spent in battle after battle as a member of Fenrir,
Yeah, he gonna die.
when she entered this school, she hadn't sustained a single injury.
To be denied so completely. Actually, it's kind of refreshing. Maybe it's because of all of Master's training.
What?
Anyway, so we can be sure that Mukuro suffered all those wounds.
He doesn't need a class trial.
To this school. In which case,
I don't want to
it
know.
could be the very thing that killed her.
As a matter of fact, it's hard to imagine any other possibility. When examining her body, I found that her stomach and head wounds came after she was already dead.
Unless anyone has any better suggestions, I think we can say this with confidence. The wounds Mukuro sustained all over her body are what ultimately killed her.
But if that's what killed her, then does that mean she's really been dead for who knows how long?
That's exactly what it means. When we found her body in the garden, she'd already been dead for several days.
So then, what about the little matter of what happened last night? Makoto, you said you were attacked in your room by a masked assailant. If Mukuro had already been dead for several days, certainly it couldn't have been her. So who was it that attacked you?
The identity of the one who attacked me, I can't think of anyone else. The headmaster, Mukuro, the mastermind. Well, it's not the headmaster because he's dead. It's not Mukuro because she's also dead, so it must be the mastermind.
I got it! The one who attacked me was the true mastermind. When we discovered Mukuro in the garden wearing the same mask, I naturally assumed she must have been the one who attacked me. But I was wrong. It wasn't her at all. It was the mastermind.
Oh god.
What are you laughing at?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just getting a little impatient sitting here listening. I think I'm gonna jump in. Let's start off with a nice, easy question. Your assumption that I attacked Makoto is just that, right? An assumption. You can't really know who was under that mask, can you? I mean, that's the whole point of a mask. The true identity of the masked attacker is Mukuro Ikusaba. At least, that's what I think. Do you have any evidence that might convince me otherwise?
There's no way Mukuro's the one that attacked me. Even if I didn't see their face. Mukuro had a very obvious Fenrir tattoo, comparing that to the masked attacker. It should be obvious.
You never saw their face, right? So you can't have any idea who was under it. I'm telling you now, it was Mukuro Ikusaba!
You're wrong. Even without seeing their face, there's another part of the attacker we can use to prove it wasn't her.
Oh? And what is this other part? Is it the right hand?
Yep,
Or the left hand?
it's the right hand.
Maybe the right foot? Or perhaps the left foot?
Nope, it's not. It's nothing to do with feet.
Be the hips.
No. Her most notable feature, the tattoo that marked her membership in Fenrir. That tattoo was in a certain easy-to-spot area.
You never saw that, so you can't have. I'm telling you now, it was.
There we go.
No, it's wrong. Mukuro had a tattoo on her right hand, if I remember correctly. A representation of Fenrir. In other words, a wolf tattoo. But I saw the right hand of the person who attacked me. And there was no such tattoo. So there's no way the person behind the mask was Mukuro.
Yeah, well, okay. You got me. I guess it wasn't her. But that still doesn't prove that it was me. It could have been, someone else, right?
Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I all have solid alibis for that entire night.
Yeah, we were in the gym tearing you apart, so it could have been any of us.
Oh, okay, sure. It couldn't have been any of you. But what about Kyoko? It totally could have been her. Uh-oh, no snappy comeback. Did I score a bullseye?
If you insist, I don't mind showing you.
Huh? Show me what?
What do you think? I'll show you the one thing that proves beyond a shadow of a doubt it wasn't me.
Before anyone could say anything, Kyoko was removing her gloves.
Hands.
Without thinking, I let out a gasp. It was more than just a little burned
Awful,
skin.
isn't it? It happened when I was first learning to be a detective. I was inexperienced.
I thought you didn't want anyone to see those scars.
If it means we get another step closer to unmasking the mastermind, it doesn't really bother me.
Kyoko seemed to savor the words as she said them. Then she put her gloves back on.
My scars should suffice as proof. Makoto, did the person who attacked you have scars like mine?
No, not at all. I'm positive.
Then this much has been made clear. There can be no doubt that the one who attacked Makoto is the true mastermind.
This is just awful! On top of my secret being revealed, I had to look at those positively grotesque scars of yours. Sorry.
Wow, that is
Say
rude.
that out loud. I do hope I didn't hurt your feelings.
Since when did you care about hurting anybody's feelings?
Not at all. You can say whatever you want.
Sure, as long as it means pushing me farther into the corner, right? But not corner just yet. Because if you haven't noticed, the circumstances surrounding Mukuro's death are totally unknown.
That's true. All we know right now is she was killed a good while before this morning.
On the contrary, we don't know anything other than that.
You're not going to tell us she was already dead before we arrived here or something, are you?
In that regard, you have nothing to worry about. I promise you, without a doubt, she died after our little killing game began here.
Then somehow she was killed in secret without any of us knowing.
And after she died, who knows how much time went by before we found her, right? Did the culprit stash her somewhere? She couldn't have been in the garden the whole time, could she?
I doubt it.
She would have been totally decomposed. Just like your brain.
Then she was being stored somewhere?
The morgue, maybe?
To hide a body here. To just store it somewhere?
There's only one place. I can't think of anywhere else the body could have been stored. The biolab, sure.
Mukuro's body was probably kept hidden in the biolab.
Biolab? You mean on the 5th floor?
The very one.
That's right. It's actually set up for use as a morgue. So it's the perfect place to hide a body. And it'd keep the body preserved at the same time.
That's right.
Then you're also saying the body was moved from the biolab to the garden.
And I have no doubt that that's exactly what happened. In fact, I have proof.
The proof that shows the body was carried from the biolab to the garden. There's something that made its way from the biolab to the garden. The tarp. It was in the shed.
I got it! What makes me so sure the body was carried from the biolab to the garden is the tarp that we found in the garden. When I was checking it over again, I noticed something. I noticed that some text had been stamped on one corner of the tarp.
Oh, it says biolab.
Holy cow! How'd you notice that tiny little thing?
Makoto's nitpicky nature seems to have surfaced with perfect timing.
This proves that the tarp originally came from the biolab.
Yep.
In fact, there's
It's
a
a
whole
tarp.
stack of tarps just like it in there.
So when the killer moved the body to the garden, they must have grabbed a tarp to wrap it in. Then they simply left it as it was to protect against the sprinklers, and put the coat on it afterwards.
Wow. You made everything sound so amazingly consistent.
But that's just a wild guess. Where's your evidence? Prove that the body was wrapped in a tarp and moved.
There is no evidence. I was simply explaining what I think happened. But you seem to be getting pretty worked up about it, wouldn't you say?
Worked up?
Now that the conversation has turned to the topic of the biolab, you must be getting pretty nervous. Because the key to uncovering your secret identity is hidden within that room, isn't it?
You talking about unmasking the mastermind?
You see, the biolab contained an inconsistency. One so major it can't be overlooked.
An inconsistency in the biolab? Could you be talking about...
I can't hear you. La 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 la.
Such a child. Oh well, just ignore him.
I need to pull myself together and think. The inconsistency in the biolab, could you be talking
By
about...
the way, Makoto, what about that one thing?
What one thing?
What do you think? I'm talking about your family.
What?
Don't tell me you forgot about that video message.
You ain't getting me this way.
So what do you think? Are you sure your family's still okay?
What a dirty trick.
Why are you bringing that up now?
Your mom, your dad, your little sister. What do you think has happened to your family? Are they really as safe as you might have assumed?
Stop talking about...
Calm down, Makoto. He wants you to get upset.
Yeah, I need to calm down. I can't let him get to me. He's just saying that because he knows we're getting close to the truth of the biolab. So I want to shut him up. I need to expose the inconsistency and slam him with it. The inconsistency has to be the one area where the numbers just don't match up.
Are you sure about this? What are you even talking about? Are you sure about this? What are you even talking about?
You seem a little riled, Monokuma.
Better luck next time. Punishment is waiting for you. Are you sure about this? What are you even talking about? I'm not listening!
This should prove it.
It's one of the lights was off, wasn't it?
The inconsistency Kyoko's talking about is... the lights!
What are you talking about? What about the lights?
Like I said before, the biolab also acts as a morgue. And as part of that, a giant refrigerator was installed in there. That's where everyone who's died is stored.
Yep.
And it was set up so that when a slot had a body in it, a blue light would turn on.
In other words, if the blue light is on, that means there's a body in that slot.
But I counted up the number of blue lights that were on, including the one Mukuro was in, and there were only 9.
Why does that matter? You gotta give me the bite-sized version here, man.
Oh, 9 lights doesn't make sense. The number of lights that should be on is 10.
I got it! 10 of the lights should have been on. Any other number is incredibly suspicious.
Suspicious? Why?
Because 10 of us have died.
That's simple. Just recall who's died here so far, and it should become clear.
That's right, that's the key to solving this mystery. Sayaka died first. Junko was second. Leon was third. Jiro was fourth. Mondo was fifth. Taka was sixth and Hifumi was seventh. Celeste was eighth. And Taka was ninth. And victim number 10 was Mukuro. Excuse me.
So 10 people in all?
That's right. Any other number should make you immediately suspicious.
And you should all know that considering... Oh, anyway. Never mind.
But according to the lights in the biolab, only 9 people were being stored there.
You're saying a dead body just up and disappeared?
I got it! The mastermind destroyed one of the bodies to get rid of evidence.
But if they wanted to do that, they would have destroyed Mukuro's body, since they actually killed her. And yet, her body was left alone.
Then, whose body disappeared?
It may very well be that none of them disappeared.
But if that's true, then why doesn't the body count match?
Including Monokuma's executions, there have apparently been 10 deaths, but there were only 9 bodies. That's the point I'm trying to make.
I'm completely lost. How can the number of victims be less than the number of murders?
The reason there are less bodies than murders, the explanation for more murders than victims. Why is that? What would it take for that to make sense? The same person was killed twice.
I got it! What about if the same person was killed twice?
Huh? Killed twice?
Officially, 10 murders have been committed so far, but one of the victims may have been murdered, and then murdered again.
Murdered and murdered again?
If that's the case, there could have been 10 killings, but still only 9 victims, right?
Technically, you're right, I guess. Still, something like that.
Could easily have happened. No, it is what happened.
Sounds like you're already convinced. Then can you tell us who was killed twice?
It was Mukuro, of course. Before she was killed as Mukuro Ikusaba, she was killed as someone else.
And that's why the body had to be stored in the biolab until the moment we found it in the garden.
No, that's crazy talk. She was killed as someone else? Come on! Besides, who could that someone else even have been?
All you have to do is look at those bodily injuries of hers, and that will become obvious.
Nothing's gonna become obvious, because Kyoko's totally delusional.